Welcome back, guys. And today we will be talking about how to destroy negative self talk. And hopefully, the system that I put together for you guys can add some form of value. We'll be going through every single one of these slides and speaking on certain statements within some of these slides. But hopefully, most of the takeaways that you get is from what I wrote down and also some of it from what I say. There is a part two to this. That deals with automatic negative thoughts and how to attack them, how to process them, how to destroy them, and how to even approach the entire thing. It's a little more in depth, has a lot more information and a lot more steps to it. This presentation is helpful. You want the part two, which I genuinely do think that each of you should consider consuming that content. Reach out to me, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter at SMB Performance, or on Facebook, Milton M. Alvarez. Hopefully this presentation gives you some form of value, and what I say also adds some form of value. Again, I won't be going through every single slide to the T. I'll be going through them at a fair rate, but hopefully what I do say in between on each of these, whatever I say for each of these slides is able to give you some form of clarity on what steps to take. Understand negative self-talk, guys. We all have it. We all have that internal voice that critiques us, that makes us feel less than what we truly are. And it makes us question who we are in life, in God, and everything that we do, whether you're in business for yourself, in your family, your identity, and whatever it is that you're applying yourself to. First things first, guys, one of the things that I want to bring forth very, very heavily is negative self-talk becomes stronger when we don't have a place to identify ourselves in. What does that mean? When our identities are placed in things and situations and environments and jobs and careers and anything but outside of ourselves and God, we will have a hard time truly having a foundational belief of who you are. The moment that you find your foundation in God and a higher power, and you understand that what God says you are, that's what you actually are, identity crisis, self-doubt, disbeliefs about who you are, is going to completely reduce drastically. So the first step above all things, before I even start this entire presentation, go through every single one of these slides, is find your identity in God. What does that mean? Get closer to God. How do I do that? By praying, by seeking, by sometimes praying to God and just sitting in silence and waiting for God to speak to you. You'll feel it in your heart. Scripture, prayer, fasting. There's so many ways that you can tap into that aspect of your life. Sometimes we become so distracted. We stay so busy with everything that we have going on that we lose sight of who we truly are and what we're actually doing here. Fear is one of the biggest factors that come into play when it comes down to us literally being the best version of ourselves. And hopefully the system that I'm going to present to you guys today will be able to add some form of value. So let's get started. Systems to destroy negative self-talk. We'll be speaking about morning routines, what to do during the day, nutrition, hydration, physical activity, evening routines, nighttime, weekly additions, and also implementation tips. Here we have your morning routine, mindfulness practices, and also affirmations. One of the things that I do want to touch on are the affirmations. In every single one of these slides, you will see that it has a how does it help and also a blueprint on how to do it. Hopefully that's something that you guys will be able to follow step by step so you can actually reap the fruit of what you're going to be doing that you're done with this entire presentation. Affirmations. Everybody that I know so far has done them, but not everybody that I know has fully embraced the affirmation that they speak to themselves every morning. And I think it's mainly because they're not combining the right senses together in order to be able to attain that belief system. What does that mean? I believe that the more senses you involve in an affirmation, the more you'll grasp onto it as a reality. For example, let's utilize the phrase, I am strong. When you say I am strong, I am strong, I am strong, I am strong, after 100 times, are you stronger? And do you believe it? 9 out of 10 times you're not, and you don't believe it. So how can we create an affirmation on steroids so you can actually embrace it and make it into a reality? I'll tell you how. You need to combine multiple senses at once. And I'm going to get straight into it. So whether you get a whiteboard, whether you get a notebook, a notepad, journal, whatever the case may be, your phone, your laptop, but I prefer writing. I'm old school. You start writing it on the board, right? One at a time. But you just don't keep writing like Bart Simpson from the intro. No. You write it down, and here's what you do with what you have in mind. I am strong. Automatically, You wrote it down. You wrote it down. I am strong. You're seeing it. I am strong. You're speaking it. You wrote it down. You're hearing it. Right? Those are 4 senses. 4. Now, there are 2 senses that are missing, or 2 approaches that are missing. You need to be able to feel it and visualize it, or visualize it and feel it. Example, I am strong. I am strong. I am strong. You take a moment to pause. When you think about I am strong, what do you visualize? What do you see? What do you visualize? What do you see? What do you visualize? What do you see? When you say and you affirm it, I am strong. How are you strong? Are you more courageous? What does that look like? What feelings do you get of I am strong? Now that you have a visual, can you go back to a time in your life where you felt strong? Cool. You found that time in your life that you felt strong. Now from that moment, what did you feel? What emotions did you feel in that moment from when you felt strong? Identify the emotions, the feelings that you felt in the moment that you felt strong. The moment that you identify that, bring that emotion and that visual into the present moment. Every time you write down I am strong, attach it to that emotion, to that feeling. And now when you continue writing down these affirmations, speak them out loud. Write it down, speak it, hear it, process it, visualize it, feel it. When you're able to add multiple senses to your affirmation, it will become more of a reality versus just writing it down and saying it repeatedly like a broken record. Involve all your senses in these affirmations. Throughout the day, thought monitoring and cognitive restructuring. This comes with the part 2 that I want you guys to really look into. The PDF that I have and I've been giving it to my clients for the last 5-6 years has to do with your limbic system, the way your brain works, thought monitoring and cognitive restructuring. It definitely involves a lot of mindfulness to be able to do this. But when you are able to identify, you will be able to process. And when you're able to process, you'll be able to kill that negative thought, automatic negative thoughts. And when you're able to process and kill, now you are able to replace with your affirmation. So it goes this way: thought monitoring and cognitive restructuring. But you have to learn how to catch. Eventually, it will become second nature. You're like, oh, that's not reality. That's not the truth. That's not who I really am. So you identify, then you process it. Why do I feel this way? Why am I thinking the way I'm thinking? Where did this root from? Where did it start? Literally process. Cool. Then at the end you ask, is this true though? Is it a fact or is it a feeling? It's a feeling. Okay, why do I feel this way? After you've processed, you kill that automatic negative thought. Now you start visualizing. You killing that negative thought and removing real estate from your thoughts. Now there's a void in your thoughts. There's a void in your mindset. So now you replace it with a powerful affirmation or a truth that God says you are, or that you say you are. So identify, process, kill, replace. Straightforward, straight to the point. You can even make a list of your negative thoughts. Make a list. Factor feeling. And keep going. With the reality that your identity and your truth falls into God. Who people say you are has nothing to do with who you are. Who God says you are has everything to do with who you are. Nutrition, hydration, physical activities are things on how having a balanced diet, staying hydrated, and doing regular exercise can help you with your self-esteem, your cognitive function, which all those play a massive role in your mood and also the way you process problems and things that you are encountering in life. And again, these are mainly practical things that you can do to help reduce those negative thoughts and help you overcome them a lot faster. Same thing with evening routine, being able to reflect, refrain, gratitude practice, quality sleep. I am a huge fan of brain dumping. Huge fan. Take a whiteboard, take a piece of paper, whatever the case may be, your notebook, whatever, phone, laptop. But I'm old school, so whiteboard, paper, notebook, whatever. Dump all your thoughts on paper. Literally, I want you to visualize taking all the thoughts that are literally running through your head on a daily basis, removing all the thoughts and just slapping them on paper. It doesn't have to be in any order. It doesn't have to even make sense to you. At the end, just write. Right. And at the end, you'll start reading it throughout the entire thing. Like, wow, none of this makes sense. It has absolutely no order, and that's okay. Because then you'll be able to organize and prioritize your thoughts. Organizing your thoughts will reduce hell of a lot of stress and will allow you to have a different sense of identity as well. Practicing gratitude, being grateful for what you are, for who you are, for where you are, is definitely another way of practicing, way of feeding negative self-talk. And also your evening routine definitely plays a massive role. Getting deeper, crucial. Getting great deep sleep plays a massive role in your emotional and psychological well-being. And again, every single place that you see where it says blueprint, that's just mainly ways to do it and to approach this specific formula. Weekly edition, social interactions, seek professional help if needed. Social interactions is great. Having a great network, a circle, a community that helps, uplifts you, that moves you forward, and that speaks truth to you and not lies. And if you need a little bit extra help, which we all do, definitely seek professional help. You are not alone. You are not doing life alone. You shall never do life alone. We are not created to do life alone. Do not isolate yourself. Do not think that you are a burden. Please believe that you are cared for, you are loved for, and the world will be an ass of a world if you left this world without fulfilling the purpose that you have to fulfill. So, and implementation tips on how to start, how to stay consistent, give yourself some grace, which we all need freaking grace, and also customize this. Tailor this to your approach, however you want to do it. Do the routines however you want to do it, but make sure you come in to this with the belief system and the knowledge of I need to be able to learn how to identify a negative thought. Is it a fact or a feeling? Processing it, grabbing it from the root, killing it, and then replacing it with a positive, powerful affirmation in a truth that God has over your life. And as I say here, this system provides a comprehensive approach to identifying, challenging, and transforming negative self-talk, into a more positive, constructive internal dialogue, tailoring these strategies to your individual needs, and being consistent in your practice are key to making lasting changes. Now, I do pray over every single person watching this that you grasp onto the truth of who you truly are and you step into the identity of who you are. All lies that have been spoken over your life, over your family's life, over your business life, over everything that surrounds you and that is you, all lies to be broken right now and to be challenged with the reality and the truth of who you are. To be challenged by the identity that you find in God and the truths that God says you are. And I pray that your spirit pulls you into that identity and pulls you into that truth. And that every negative thought that you have of yourself gets debunked automatically right now. In the powerful name of Jesus Christ, I pray that those thoughts get debunked right now. Completely, right now. Receive that. Receive that in your spirit. Receive that in your mind. Receive that in your heart. Right now. If there's any way that I can serve you, help you, assist you, move you forward, lead you, my name is Coach Milton Alvarez, and I am here to help you along the journey. Please feel free to reach out to me. Please feel free to DM me and speak to me if you need a listening ear. You are not meant to do life alone. You are not meant to get through life alone either. To do or get through. We will all have crappy days and we will all have low moments. But there's a huge calling over your life, and there is a massive gift inside of you waiting to explode. Just tap into it. And the more you can tap into it, the more you're going to see fruit in your life. And I pray that that fruit can benefit many other people that can potentially change lives. I thank you for watching this presentation. I thank you for listening and giving ear. Make sure to DM me on Instagram to see how you like this. If there's any other way I can help, assist, add value, please reach out. I am not a celebrity. I am not an influencer. I'm just a guy trying to give back to the world and hopefully make your lives a little bit easier. I am Coach Milton Alvarez. Until next time, I'm out.